Rachel, I heard you bought an RV. That must have been more expensive than a regular car. I can't believe you could afford such a luxury item.
It's been a while, Sarah. Actually, we bought it used, so it wasn't that expensive.
But it's still more expensive than buying a regular used car, right? And the maintenance cost must be high. I bet you didn't think about that, did you?
Actually, we did consider all of that.
And the gas cost? Those things are gas guzzlers. You'll probably regret it when prices go up again.
We factored that into our budget too.
Who even buys something like that? It's stupid.
My husband and I love traveling and outdoor activities. It's actually cheaper than staying in hotels when we travel.
How much did you pay for it anyway? Those things are ridiculously overpriced.
We got a good deal since it was a few years old. The previous owner maintained it well.
Must be nice having that kind of disposable income. Some of us have to watch every penny.
We saved up for it. It wasn't an impulse purchase.
Still throwing money away on luxuries. Some people have it so easy.
It actually took us 2 years to save up.
It must be nice having two incomes.
We're doing a lot of saving and planning.
Oh, right. You two can spend money however you want since you don't have kids yet. Poor mom, her eldest son still hasn't given her grandchildren. Instead of traveling, you should focus on trying to have a baby.
I'm sorry we haven't been able to have children.
Have you even been trying? Or are you just focused on your career?
That's quite personal, Sarah.
You're getting older, you know. It's not going to get any easier.
I'd rather not discuss this.
You're trying to avoid the question. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Please, Sarah.
Mom cries about not having grandchildren, you know. And she's not getting any younger.
Sarah, this isn't appropriate.
You're the eldest son's wife. You need to get it together. But I guess you two make good money since you both work. I heard you got another promotion. You're both doing so well. I guess that's what happens when you have good degrees, unlike me.
But Sarah, you work for a big company too.
Working for a big company doesn't guarantee good pay. My salary is way below average. It's frustrating.
I see.
No, you really don't. You've never had to count pennies at the end of the month.
Everyone has their struggles.
Oh, please. What struggles could you possibly have? Your biggest problem is deciding which luxury car to buy next.
That's not true.
Life isn't fair. You don't know what it's like to be passed over for promotions because you don't have a degree.
Have you considered going back to school?
With what money? Some of us have bills to pay.
There are evening classes and online programs.
You don't get it. And you know what's worse? I couldn't even afford to get my car fixed last month. Had to take the bus everywhere. Meanwhile, you're buying RVs.
I didn't know about your car troubles.
Of course you didn't. You're too busy living your perfect life to notice anything else.
We could have helped if you'd mentioned it.
I don't want your charity. Besides, you probably think I deserve it for not having a degree, right?
That's not what I think at all.
Plus, I couldn't go to college for financial reasons. Only my brother got to go. Don't you think it's unfair that there's such a big gap between siblings?
That's the first time I've heard of this. I knew you were a high school graduate, but you weren't allowed to go to college?
Must be nice to be surprised by that. Some of us weren't born with a silver spoon.
I didn't mean to offend you.
Of course you didn't. You never do you? Always so perfect.
Sarah, I'm just trying to understand.
That's right. I was the only one who couldn't go to college. That's why my salary is so low. If I had gone to college like my brother, I could have gotten a better paying job. I was used as a stepping stone because I'm a girl.
That does sound unfair.
Everything went to my brother. The money, the opportunities, everything. Do you know how it feels to watch your brother get everything while you get nothing?
I had no idea things were like that.
Of course you didn't. You're just the lucky daughter-in-law who married into success. You probably never had to sacrifice anything in your life.
Sarah, I've gone through tough times too.
Look at you with your fancy RV and promotions. Do you know how much I struggled while you've had everything handed to you?
Nothing was handed to me. We worked hard for what we have.
Oh, right. Your precious hard work. It must be nice having the opportunity to work hard. You know what? I saw your vacation photos on social media. Nice resort. Meanwhile, I haven't had a proper vacation in years.
We saved specifically for those trips.
Save? Please. You probably spend more on groceries than I make in a month. And those designer clothes you wear to work? Don't even get me started.
My clothes aren't designer.
Whatever. The point is, you have no idea what real struggle is.
Everyone has different circumstances.
Oh, stop with the diplomatic answers. It's so annoying. Just admit you're privileged.
I'm just trying to understand your perspective.
I don't want to go to college anymore, but I've sacrificed my life for my brother. At least you should remember that. He's a college graduate thanks to me. The family doesn't show enough gratitude for what I did.
I'll keep that in mind.
Will you really? Are you just saying that to shut me up?
I genuinely don't know about your situation.
Yeah, right. There's a lot more about things you don't know about this family.
What? There is? Maybe you could tell me more.
Did you know Mom's health has been declining lately?
No, I didn't. What's wrong with her?
Of course you wouldn't know. You're too busy with your perfect life.
What's wrong with your mother? Is it serious?
Her chronic condition has gotten worse, and she can barely do housework. I've been going to help her at home, though I hadn't mentioned it.
That's terrible. Is there anything we can do to help?
Now you care? Where were you all this time? Too busy planning your next vacation?
But we didn't know she was ill.
Maybe if you visited more often, you know these things.
We try to visit when we can.
Try harder. Some daughter-in-law you are. You probably spend more time planning trips than thinking about family.
We can start helping now that we know. What does Helen need? Should we hire some help?
Well, you could actually send Mom some money. She has to take taxis everywhere now, and medical bills are piling up. You can afford it since you had enough for an RV, right?
Of course. How should I send the money to Helen?
Actually, send the money to me.
What? To your account?
Mom spends money recklessly if you give it to her directly. Just between us, she's been terrible with money lately.
Helen? The same woman who's always been so frugal?
Well, it's happening. Are you calling me a liar?
No, I'm just surprised.
People change. You wouldn't know since you never visit. I'm the one dealing with everything.
But we've been meaning to visit.
Well, she's actually starting to get senile or something. She can't handle money anymore, so I need to manage it for her.
I can't believe this. What's happened to her?
Well, you don't know her anymore, do you? Things change.
Maybe we should talk to her doctor.
No need to do that, because I'm handling everything on my end. Just send the money and stay out of it.
All right, I'll send it to you then. How much should I send?
Let's start with $500 a month. I'll give it to Mom bit by bit.
Understood. Thanks for taking care of things.
At last, finally doing something useful for the family, instead of just showing off your perfect life on social media.
I want to help however I can.
About time. Maybe now Mom will stop complaining about how her daughter-in-law never helps.
Sarah, you're going to your mother's house every day, right?
Yes, what about it?
How is she doing? Any improvement on her conditions?
She just needs constant care. It's so exhausting.
What exactly are her symptoms?
She gets confused easily. Can't manage daily tasks.
That sounds serious. Has she seen a specialist?
Yeah, but I'm handling everything. Don't worry about it.
Is she getting proper medical care?
Of course she is. What kind of daughter do you think I am?
I just want to make sure she's okay.
She's fine under my care. Just focus on sending the money.
My husband and I were thinking of visiting your mother this weekend. We could help out with your mother's care that day. If there's any heavy lifting or anything else you need help with, just let us know.
No, you can't visit us. Mom's condition has made her depressed. Leave her be. Having visitors is too much for her right now.
I had no idea it was that bad. I'm really worried.
Worry less, help more. The money barely covers anything.
Should we increase the amount?
That would help. Her medications are expensive.
What medications is she taking?
She's just taking so many of them. It's complicated. You wouldn't even know. All those fancy pills add up.
I see. Can we contact your mother? We haven't talked to her for a while, so we'd like to hear her voice.
Oh no, don't contact Mom either. If you need to tell her something, I'll pass the message along. She gets very confused on the phone these days.
Really? We can't even contact her?
Are you questioning how I handle things?
No, I just want to understand.
Mom takes everything the wrong way now. If you don't want to be yelled at unreasonably, don't contact her. And when Mom gets angry, I'm the one who gets blamed. If you consider my position and how hard this is, you'll do as I say.
I see. Well, I'm glad I checked with you first.
Honestly, don't act on your own from now on.
Are you sure the money we're sending is helping out? I'm sorry we can only help financially.
Yes, I'm the one doing all the hard work. But you can only help with money, so I have no choice. If only I could just send money, how easy that would be. I'd love to switch places, but you two can handle it anyway.
Thank you for all your support. I'm sorry, but please let us continue to help you out this way.
At least you know your place. Just keep the money coming and let me handle everything else. Rachel, I need you to increase the monthly payment.
Again? It's already nearly $1,000 more than when we started.
Are you complaining after all I'm doing?
No, I just want to understand the situation better.
Mom's spending is getting worse. She gets violent when she runs out of money. I need you to add another $500.
Is the situation really that bad?
You think I'm lying?
No, I'm just concerned about your mother.
She's completely senile now. She hoards meaningless things. I took away her credit cards, but she must have hidden some. She keeps spending money secretly.
I see.
Do you really see how hard this is for me, while you're living your perfect life?
It must be overwhelming.
I'm at my wit's end. You have it easy just sending money.
Your mother must be quite a handful, and you're working so hard only to deal with more trouble.
Well, you don't seem to understand perfectly. At least someone appreciates me. Mom certainly doesn't. She just keeps demanding more and more.
I wish there was more we could do to help you out.
I wish Mom would be more grateful.
I absolutely agree. I'm grateful to you, too. You're so kind to let us just pay money while you handle everything during your mother's difficult time.
That's right. I'm a kind sister-in-law. I've sacrificed a lot for my brother, but I still devote myself to the family. After all, I'm the eldest daughter. Eventually, I'll inherit the house too.
You want to inherit the family home?
Don't you think I deserve it? After everything I've sacrificed for my family?
I wasn't aware that was being discussed.
It's my natural right. After being raised unfairly and all this trouble now, you two have no right to complain. I'm the only one suffering here. It wouldn't hurt if I got the house. Do you know how much the land is worth now? With all the redevelopment in the area, the property value keeps going up.
So you'll sell it when you inherit it? It would be sad to lose the family home.
Are you trying to guilt trip me now?
Not at all. I'm just curious about your plans.
I'm still undecided about selling. There's plenty of time before inheritance, so I'll think about it slowly. Though that new shopping complex they're building nearby will definitely raise property values.
That's true. Your mother is still alive and well.
What do you mean by that?
Just agreeing that there's no rush to decide.
You're not implying anything, are you? Because I've been taking great care of Mom.
Of course not. Why would I?
As long as it's decided that it will be mine eventually, that's fine. I might even move in while Mom is still alive. Not having to pay rent would make life much easier. You two won't have any complaints about that, right?
We have no problem with you inheriting the family home.
Good, because you two have no right to say anything anyway. I should inherit it since I'm the one taking care of Mom.
Yes, you're right.
I'm glad you understand your position. Well then, please send the money. Make the transfer this week. Mom needs new medications.
All right, I'll be sure to do so.
Hey, what's going on with the money transfer? I haven't received anything. Mom's running out of her medications.
I won't be sending any more money.
What? What do you mean you won't send it? Don't you care what happens to Mom? She needs her medicine.
Nothing will happen to your mother if I don't send money.
You ungrateful little... How dare you?
I think we both know why I'm not sending more money.
Just hurry up and send Mom's money. A daughter-in-law should quietly do what her sister-in-law says. Just know your place.
Oh my, I'm not just a daughter-in-law, so I don't have to obey you. What money are you talking about? Your mother hasn't heard anything about this. Right, you foolish daughter?
Huh? Rachel, is that you?
Rachel is right here beside me.
What? What's going on? Mom, is that you? But you're supposed to be sick.
I've been staying at Rachel's house for a few days. I came to New York for sightseeing and meeting friends, so I'm planning to stay for a while.
No, this can't be happening. You're supposed to be confused and sick.
Oh, it's happening all right.
Rachel didn't tell me anything about this. You're supposed to be at home.
I wanted to visit New York, so I asked Rachel if I could stay. When I called her, she was so surprised, especially since, according to you, I couldn't even use a phone.
Well, I can explain everything.
Lost for words now, aren't you?
I can explain.
It's strange, isn't it? I'm supposed to be sick and being taken care of by my daughter, but my daughter hasn't even visited home in 2 years. And what's this about money transfers?
No, Mom, there are circumstances.
What circumstances made you scam money from your sister-in-law? What kind of help involves lying about your mother's health?
I was having money troubles, but I was planning to pay it back. Really, I just needed some time.
Of course you'll need to pay it back, every single penny of it.
But Mom, they have so much money. Wouldn't it be fair if some came my way? I gave up college for my brother. Don't they owe me that much? It's only fair.
What are you talking about? You couldn't go to college because of your own actions. You skipped high school constantly and had terrible grades. You hung around with troublemakers and caused problems. You barely got into high school with minimal effort, so don't blame your brother.
That's not true. Dad and you said I couldn't go to college. You favored him over me.
Don't you dare bring your father into this and use him to justify your lies.
But it's the truth. You never gave me a chance.
We said we wouldn't pay for college if you didn't take high school seriously. Then you said you didn't want to go anyway. We weren't rich, but we could afford to send both children to college. You're the one who chose not to go.
But I was young then. I didn't understand how important college was. Why didn't you force me to go? Why didn't you push me like you pushed him?
It would have been pointless. Knowing you would have skipped college classes too, just like you skipped high school.
You don't know that. You never gave me the chance to prove myself.
Enough. You're acting like a child. It's embarrassing. You're still blaming others for your choices after all these years.
But...
You're a grown woman. Aren't you ashamed of causing trouble for your sister-in-law? Making up lies about your own mother?
But...
Pay back the money you scammed from Rachel. If you pay it back now, I won't cut ties to you. But if you don't pay back the money, you can forget about inheriting this house.
No, that's not fair. As the eldest daughter, I'm the one who should inherit the house. It's my right.
You're right? After lying about me being sick? After taking advantage of your brother's wife?
I was desperate. The house is all I have to look forward to.
You need to take responsibility for troubling others. I'll give you just 1 day. If you don't return the money by tomorrow, I'll no longer consider you my daughter.
What? That's too sudden. Mom, please don't be like this. You know I've always been there for the family. I've sacrificed everything.
Been there? And when was that? When your father was sick? Where were you?
I visited when I could. I had work commitments.
You visited twice in 6 months. Your father asked for you every day.
But I was busy with work. I couldn't just leave whenever I wanted.
Rachel took time off to help, even though she works full-time too. She helped change your father's clothes, fed him, and took him to appointments.
Of course she did. She's perfect, Rachel.
This isn't about me, Sarah. This is about what you've done.
It's always about you. Ever since you married my brother, you've been trying to steal my place in this family.
Stop deflecting. We're talking about your actions now. The lies, the manipulation, the fraud.
They weren't lies. I was trying to secure my future. The house should be mine.
The house was never going to be yours. Your father and I already decided that years ago.
What? But I'm the eldest. It's tradition.
Tradition? Since when do you care about tradition? You didn't even come to your father's memorial service last year.
I was sick that day. You know that.
Sick? I saw your social media posts. You were at a spa resort.
You're monitoring my social media now?
Rachel showed me everything. The designer bags, the expensive restaurants, the spa trips. All while you were supposedly struggling to take care of me.
Fine. I'll get the money somehow. Just give me more time. 1 day is not enough.
Sarah, it seems that you still haven't returned the money. Should we take this as a sign that you're not sorry?
I didn't have enough time. 1 day is not enough. Please wait a little longer. Just 1 more day.
No, you made a promise to your mother. She said she'd cut ties if you didn't pay. You'll lose the house you wanted so badly, too.
Why did Mom bring up the inheritance anyway? I never told her I wanted the house. Were you the one who actually told her about that? You've been plotting against me.
Oh, yes, I told your mother. Your goal wasn't just the monthly payments. You wanted to create obligation so you could inherit the house, right? All those comments about property values and development in the area.
I can't believe you've been plotting against me this whole time, recording everything I said.
Plotting? I simply listened while you dug your own grave. I just let you reveal your true intentions to your family.
Wait a minute. Did you make me feel comfortable on purpose to get me to reveal my goals? All that agreeing with me?
I'm sorry for the deception, but it's nothing compared to what you did. At least I didn't scam anyone out of money.
But you tricked me. You pretended to be on my side.
No, I let you reveal your true self. I just had to wait and listen.
I'll pay back the money, I swear. Just please wait, I can sell some things.
No waiting. You had plenty of ways to get the money. Not having it ready is just laziness.
But I can't borrow money anymore. Nobody will lend to me.
Why not?
Because I've already borrowed from every company. I'm at my limit everywhere. They keep rejecting my applications.
So you were the one with spending problems, not your mother. All those designer bags weren't even paid for, were they?
It's not like that. I just had some temporary setbacks. Everyone has credit card debt.
Temporary? How many credit cards are you maxed out on?
That's none of your business. Stop investigating me.
It became my business when you started scamming us. When you lied about your mother being sick.
I just had so many things I wanted. Before I knew it, I couldn't keep up with the payments. The interest keeps piling up.
If you don't pay us back, we'll sue you. Is that what you want? To be sued by your own family?
That's horrible. Suing your sister-in-law? What would people think?
You're the one who made this necessary. You always play the victim, but you brought this all on yourself. Every single thing.
But what about family loyalty? What about blood ties?
Funny how you only remember family loyalty when it benefits you. Where was that loyalty when your father was dying?
But it's impossible. I don't have any money anywhere. My savings are gone.
What about all those designer bags you kept posting on social media? The spa trips, the fancy restaurants?
Those are investments. Designer bags hold their value.
Oh, so annoying.
What's wrong, Rachel?
I can't stand you anymore. I'm sick of your pathetic excuses. Instead of whining, why don't you work and earn some money?
I do work. My salary just isn't enough. Not everyone can get promotions like you.
Then get a second job. Stop buying luxury items. Stop pretending you're poor while spending money you don't have.
But...
And stop with the but. The way you talk like a child at your age is embarrassing. It's honestly painful to watch.
What? Why do you have to criticize how I talk too? You think you're so much better than me.
Because everything about you screams irresponsibility. You're acting like a teenager.
You're being cruel. This isn't how families should treat each other.
Then act in a way that isn't embarrassing. It's hard to accept that you're the older sister. Your very existence is shameful.
That's a horrible thing to say. You don't have to go that far. I'm still family.
Oh, and for your information, your mother just made a decision. She's going to sell the house soon.
What? She's selling the house? She can't do that. That's my inheritance. My future.
It was never yours to begin with. You just convinced yourself it was.
Why? What's she going to do with the money? She can't just sell our family home.
She's going to use the money as a down payment for a new home. She's going to build a duplex and live with us. Sorry about that.
That's not fair. She didn't say anything about this to me. Let me live there with you too, please. I'll definitely pay back the money and I'll apologize for lying. I'll be better.
After everything you've done to us, the lies about your mother's health, the fraud?
I know I made mistakes, but I'm still family. You can't just throw me away.
Family doesn't scam family. Family doesn't lie about their mother being sick.
I was desperate. You don't know what it's like to struggle, to watch everyone else succeed while you're stuck.
And whose fault is that? Your mother just told me about the details of your credit card debts, the collection agencies calling the missed payments.
She had no right to tell you that. That's private.
She had every right. You tried to blame her for your spending problems.
Those credit cards were for emergencies. I needed them.
Like designer bags and expensive dinners, those were emergencies.
Believe me, I can change. I'll get help for my spending. I'll see a counselor.
Sorry, but it's too late for promises.
Please, I have nowhere else to go. My apartment is too expensive. The landlord keeps raising the rent.
Sell your luxury items. Move to a cheaper place. Get a roommate. Anyway, that's not our problem anymore.
How can you be so cold? After all I've done for the family? I've sacrificed everything.
What exactly have you done except cause problems? Name one thing you've sacrificed.
I took care of Dad when he was sick.
No, your mother did that. You visited only twice, remember?
That's not true.
You can't even come up with more lies? That's new.
I help with the housework. Sometimes.
When? Your mother says you never visit. She can't even remember the last time you helped around the house.
Give me another chance, please. I'm begging you. I'll do better this time.
Cut ties with our family. That's the only way you can show filial piety now.
You can't mean that. Mom, please don't let her do this to me.
I've heard enough, Sarah. More than enough.
Mom, please don't do this to me. I'm your daughter. Your firstborn.
A daughter who lied to me, stole from her sister-in-law, and tried to manipulate her way into my house? Is that what a daughter does?
I was going to pay it back. You need to believe me. I had plans.
With what money? Your credit cards are maxed out. You're drowning in debt.
I'll get another job. I'll work weekends. I'll stop buying things.
Yeah, right. Like you promised last time and the time before that.
This time is different. I mean it.
Every time is different with you, Sarah. Nothing ever changes.
Just give me one more chance. I'll prove it. I'll show you I can change.
We've given you too many chances already. You waste every one.
But what am I supposed to do now? Where am I supposed to go?
Take responsibility for once in your life. Act like an adult.
By becoming homeless? Is that what you want? Your own daughter on the street?
Stop being dramatic. Just try selling your designer bags. All of them.
But they're not worth anything if they're used, and some of them are limited editions.
Then try getting a second job, just like you promised, or a third one.
Please, don't cut me off like this. I'm your daughter.
A daughter I raised better than this. A daughter who should know better. Goodbye, Sarah.
Wait! At least let me explain everything. There's more to the story.
No need to do that, because we're done here. Afterwards, my mother-in-law made Sarah sell all her assets. Through this, I finally got back the money that had been scammed from me. In the end, Sarah was cut off from the family and fell into a spiral of debt alone. The life Sarah led after that can only be described as miserable. I heard rumors that she started stealing produce from neighborhood gardens, shoplifting from supermarkets, and after repeatedly committing theft, she eventually ended up in prison. Meanwhile, my husband and I started living together with my mother-in-law in our new home. Just before the house was completed, I found out I was pregnant. My mother-in-law helps with childcare and housework since we both work. We decided to cover all the utilities in exchange for my mother-in-law taking care of the house. Neither Mom nor me want to be a burden on each other. After all, just because we're family doesn't mean we should take advantage of each other.